Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that I'm ecstatic to make because I wanted to talk to you guys today about Elestrals Clash and the Kickstarter that is currently going on for the online app or client for Elestrals. Now, if you do not know what Elestrals is, it is all I'm uploading now, but Elestrals Clash is a app version of the actual trading card game. Now, the trading card game is, in my opinion, the most fun TCG I've ever played. I have done a lot of TCGs in my day. I've done Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've done Duel Links, I have done Pokemon. The only one that I really haven't dabbled in of like the big three is Magic, and that's just because it's not really my thing. I don't really like the way the cards look, which, in my opinion, I think is fair. If I don't like the way the cards look, I'm not going to play it. But Elestrals has essentially everything that I love in a TCG. It has amazing looking cards. It has a great community. The creator seems to actually care about what the community thinks about the project in general, whether that's the app, the cards, everything. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want everybody on my community to attempt to get involved and give this game a try, because I think it is just that amazing. So let's start and let's talk about what Elestrals Clash is. So essentially, Elestrals Clash is the online app version of the game. You can see where you would have, I love the way they did this. I love the way it is just the full picture art of the card, and you don't see like the text underneath. I assume you'll have to click on it in order to be able to see the text. I really like that because it puts a focus on the artwork, and I think the Elestrals artwork is some of the best aspects to it. The little animations of spirits going on to it I think is amazing. I also love the way you can see like spirits in each corner. So the next big point that I wanted to talk about is the fact that all of the cards on the app are going to be free. If you use this app, you will get every single card in the game to be able to play. The difference is, you see how this is a full art card, how this is a holo, things like that. You won't have those at your disposal. That's where you'll have to play the game to earn rewards to power them up or to get the upgraded version of the cards. Getting every card in the game is something that I have never seen on an online client. Take Duel Links, for example. You have to essentially sell your soul to be able to get every card in the game. Master Duel, things like that. Even TCG Online, they built in an online trading system on the game because people just weren't getting the cards they wanted. So the fact that just by playing the app, you're able to play the full version of Elestrals and not limited to what you have. So that is a big portion of this, and that's why I want to get this idea out there. If you've seen a lot of it on Twitter, if you've seen any aspect of this game anywhere, this is a great way for you to get started. And these are the exclusive game rewards that I was talking about, the Elestrals coins. I assume that you're able to unlock specific full art cards. And then at the same time, there's also going to be a battle pass along with keys to be able to unlock things like Pandora's box, to be able to pull better rarity cards like full art, stellars, things like that. They also have a challenges mode, so it's not like you're going to be coming in and just playing one-on-one. Like, it's going to give you challenges that you're going to have to, I don't know what any of them are, but I assume potentially win so many clashes with water Elestrals or with water spirits, something like that. So I think that's very cool. It forces you to play the game in multiple different ways rather than just grinding out a deck. This is where you can also see the card art variants. Like, this hasn't been revealed yet, but I believe it's a full art Ambrosia, which we don't even have in the physical game. The Clash Pass is going to be like the Battle Pass sort of thing. Very, very cool. The other really good thing about the actual user interface that I like is how simplistic everything is. So for reference, you can see your spirit counter here next to the majority of spirits or the type of spirits you're running. Along with your opponents, they have a stadium rune zone. They have which battle phase you're in. I love that you have your back row and your front row without having like the outlines of the cards. I think it looks very clean, very, very nice. And this is the other thing that I really liked, is that they have a ranked leaderboard in the app that is an unlockable for the Kickstarter, which I'm going to go into a bunch of that here in just a second. But you can literally climb a ladder. For all of my Pokemon Showdown players that enjoy climbing a ladder, this is another game where you can climb a ladder, but you can do it in a ton of different ways. So I guess this is the other notable thing about the app itself, is that it is being made by the people who made Pixelborn, which has a phenomenal graphics and a very clear amount of accolades under their belt. So it's not like this is going to be a bare bones app. This is going to be a fully flushed out app that I'm assuming is going to look and feel the way Duel Links does. And I love the feel of Duel Links. So those are like the really big points that I wanted to talk on for the app itself. But now I wanted to talk about the Kickstarter and why I want you guys to all consider backing this Kickstarter. So first off, the amount that they wanted to raise was $250,000. They have already reached that goal and broken the $312,000 mark. So before I'm even putting this out there to you guys, I want you to know this has the community behind it. There's a ton of people. It has over 1,000 backers already that are willing to dump this much money into it because that's how much they love the game. So just keep that into a consideration. But if they've already made it, why should you back it? And I have a great reasoning for that. So let's go ahead, and I want to mainly show you guys the tiers for everything. Kickstarters that Dan does for Elestrals have some of the coolest rewards in the entire world, in my opinion. And I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit so you guys can kind of put face to value of what it actually is. So for $10, which does not come out of your bank account until I believe it's November 14th, 15th, something like that, you get HD wallpapers for the game. You get Elestrals Clash beta access, which is expected by the end of the year of 2024. And then you get an in-game backer badge, so a little title inside the game. For $10, getting the game in beta access, very, very cool. Very, very cool. Now, this is kind of where everything, to me, starts to... the value for what you get for backing just skyrockets. So for $25, you get the HD wallpapers, the beta access, the badge, but you also get an Elestrals Clash Kickstarter Founders promo pack. And then you also get the promo pack unlocked in Clash. So what is the promo pack? So the promo pack will contain one of each of these cards. So you'll get the Stellar Ass Rabbit, which, if you do not know, is the best card in the game. All of these cards have amazing art. The majority of them are stellars, which means they're more rare. And this will be the only way you could ever pull these cards. So Stellar Astrabbit, Stellar Pulsar, which currently doesn't have the most play or is the best card in the world, but still very, very cool. Krakatuga, which is very cool. I've actually seen some people at locals playing a version of this card. Capregal, Nemesail, Hybufin, which these are all cards. Nemesail is probably the most valuable out of all of them. First Light, Full Art, which is my favorite card because I love Solar. Don't Poke the Bears, or Don't Poke the Bear, which is a part of the Bears deck, which has essentially taken Bears from being an deck to very, very good. Very, very good card. A card that was released at the time of recording this yesterday that is new for Moonrise called Ectopossum. Cockatoodle, Ampup, Catarant, which is phenomenal. Eruption, which is phenomenal. Bronto Wisp, which is fun. Narpoon, which is a staple in a lot of decks. Earthquake, which is a recently limited card. Or, yeah, limited, because it's limited to one. So it is a phenomenal card to get in a Stellar. A Full Art Stellar Ruminous, which is a really good card in Solar, in my opinion. It adds a different aspect to Solar that I don't think has been explored very much yet. Balacane, which is Tsunami, which is a staple in a lot of cards, in a lot of decks. You're going to see Tsunami being ran 2 to 3 of. Barabog, which is my son. I love him. Stay away from him. Galvenom, which is very cool. Ursa's Den, which is another aspect of bears from Don't Poke the Bear. So you're essentially getting the stadium and the main key aspect of the deck that made it good in stellar versions, Werepup, which has not yet officially been released in a full art version, Cyclovenom, Brontiglow, and believe it or not, there's actually more cards that will come into this pack. Now, this is at 400k and 500k. This is very clearly Eddie. This just looks like Eddie. It's gonna be Eddie, which if you don't know who Eddie is loved by everybody. So there's still more cards. For a $25 backing, you get all of that for $25 mailed to you. That is phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. For Citizen 2, you then start to unlock things or for Citizen 3, I'm sorry, at $50, you get the pack, the unlock in the Clash, but you also start to get things inside of the game. So 3 Pandora's box openings, which essentially is an aspect of the game to where you can open up Pandora's box and you can get a good full art. You can get something else. You can get a bunch of things. So you get 3 of those unlocks in the game. Then you move up to $100. And this is where it starts to bump up again. You get 2 of the packs and a booster box. For reference, the booster box sell on their website for about $125 to $130. So now, for paying $100, you're getting 2 of the promo packs with all of those cards in it and a booster box. You also, which I didn't mention this for the $50, but you can actually invite a friend to beta access, which is really, really cool. And you get 6 of the Pandora's box openings, as well as a galaxy themed board and card backs. For Nobleman 2, which for full transparency, this is what I backed at. I backed at the $250 because I don't really have that much spare cash to go about, but at the same time, I value these promo packs more than anything. My fiance backed at the $100 mark. So in total, we backed $350. For this one, you get 3 Daybreak booster boxes, you get 15 of the Pandora's box, and you get the galaxy themed back and the board and the card backs. And then from here on up, they just go insane with the actual physical rewards that you can get. So, oh, I guess the other really big thing for the 250 one is you get alpha access, which is expected to be by December 1st. So in a month and a half, I will be playing this game. And that makes me so excited. For the $500, you essentially get this golden card of the Stellar Astrabbit that you're going to be getting the full art version in the pack. But the golden version isn't a playable card. It's just like a collector's piece. But now you get a full case of booster boxes. You also get 5 full art upgrades in Clash, 30 of the Pandora's box, and the galaxy theme. So very, 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 very cool. And then from here, it just starts to go up in booster boxes. Now, for full transparency, I believe these last 2, after this one and this one, have already been completely bought out. So for $1,000, which honestly is so much money, I don't have that type of spare money sitting around, but if you do, please send your boy some. For this one, you get 6 of the promo packs for the stellars that you get of everything, a case of Daybreak, 3 of Frostfall, 3 of base set. I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs in the background, but they're very annoying. You then get the 5 full art upgrades, a stellar upgrade, 75 Pandora's box, and then you get a 1 uncut hollow sheet of the Kickstarter promo stellars. So the cards that you get in the packs, you get an uncut sheet of that, which I think is so cool. I wish I had the spare money to do it. And then for the final one, you get 2 cases of Daybreak, a case of Frostfall, a case of base set, a slabbed TAG Elestrals Moonrise prototype hollow. So one of these like slabs from the prototype of Moonrise, which is the newest set coming out, of the uncut hollow sheets for the Kickstarter promos, and then an uncut hollow sheet for the Moonrise hollow rares, which is super cool. And then a 1 of 99 serial Nobby Champion of A-Drive card. And then this one these 2 have already been bought out entirely, so it's not even worth going over. But I wanted to go over all of the tiers because I want you guys to see that even for $25, you get so much. You get a pack of currently at the time of recording this, it is 25 cards. 25. That is insane. And honestly, from somebody who is ecstatic about this game and this Kickstarter, every little bit helps, especially for some of the other rewards that I'm going to talk about in a minute whenever we reach those stretch goals. So if you have the spare $25, throw it at this Kickstarter, get the amazing pack for it, and then enjoy the beta access by the end of the year. The next really cool thing that you get from backing this Kickstarter is there's actually a Moonrise, which is the next set that's coming out, countdown to pre-order, which comes out November 15th, I think. But essentially there's this little roadmap of everything that is getting released, and on the roadmap you see everything, but for backers, we get everything a day early. I don't want to open up the updates to show you, because if something has come out, I don't want to be the one to leak it a day early. That wouldn't be right. But for backers, we get it a day early, which I think is really, really cool. And then there's also a handful of stretch goals that I think are really, really cool that I wanted to touch on. These first 6 we have already gotten. The last ones, we have no idea what they are except for some of them. So first, at 600K, there's a spectator mode and creator codes. Now, for me, that is exciting because I plan on doing so much uploading and playing of this game that I want a creator code more than I want air, more than I want Baja Blast. I'm so dumb. But also a spectator mode, which means that tournaments in this game, you can actually watch them live. You don't have to watch like a live stream. If your buddy is playing in one, you can spectate it. And I think that's super cool. At 750K, there's a Nintendo Switch icon, which I assume that means at 750K, he is going to attempt to get the licensing and the backing from Nintendo to get this game on the Nintendo Switch, which would be awesome. It would be so cool to see a non-Nintendo game playable on the Nintendo Switch. Oh, that would be so sick. And then the rest of them we don't know about until the 1 million, which is all pixeled out. I have no idea what it could be, but I love this. I absolutely love this. And then, as I was showing earlier, the actual promo pack. But that is essentially everything. And for shipping, just so we're clear, because the second tier does have some sort of cost associated with it, there is a shipping cost with it because it does have the promo pack involved. So you will have a little bit of shipping associated with it, which to me, I don't care. I'm getting really cool physical items along with everything else. Overall, this Kickstarter I think is amazing, and I want everybody to back it so that way we can hit every single goal that we possibly can, because I think that this game has an insane amount of potential and an insane amount of people wanting to play it and wanting it to succeed. And I am the biggest one. I don't care what anybody says. I want this to do so well. So if you guys can, please, there's 18 days left at the time of recording this. It is October 17th. Please, $25, $10, go back the project, give it the time, and give Elestrals a chance. If you were ever waiting for a moment to give this game a chance because you didn't know how you would feel about it, if it would be fun to play, this is how you can find out if you would like the game in person. This is how you can do it. If you can't because of the physical restrictions in your life, I understand entirely, and I hope that things turn around for you. But if you have the spare change sitting around and you want to give this a chance, I urge you, this is the best opportunity. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.